Hello and welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me for today's reading. Today, I'm going to be doing a reading on the message that Spirit wants to share with you right now. For those of you that are looking for a reading personalized to you, I do offer personal readings and I'm going to leave the link for that below. And let's go ahead and get into the message. So automatically, before I even start pulling cards, something strongly was standing out to me about disappointment and unfair situations. Multiple situations that have been unfair to you, things that could feel unfair at the moment, and the acknowledgement that Spirit knows and sees. And maybe sometimes you question and can wonder if you are being witnessed by something, if there is something either within you, around you, out there that sees the treatment. It feels to me that this can definitely be relating to ways that you are treated, but also what it feels to me is like unfair predicaments that you find yourself within. That maybe sometimes you feel that you don't have the support to work through, and yet you're expected to figure it out on your own. And that comes with a lot of pain, a lot of survival energy, and a lot of stress that I do feel you are going to be able to release with right alignment. And I feel like there's something standing out about right now. Things are changing in your favor, whether or not it feels or looks or seems so. And especially with the Ten of Cups here, you may be feeling overwhelmed with so many emotions at different times that it's not going to feel clear to you that everything's working out. But I feel that that's what is wanting to be established right now for you. A deep sense in knowing that everything is okay, will be okay, and is working out in your favor. That you're a part of something greater and it recognizes you and your needs and sees you. I do feel that if you were able to feel that more, it would not only ease some of your stress and anxiety, but help you with being more productive toward the things that would improve your quality of life, help you to receive more of what you deserve. Because I see that since you have felt so unsupported through different circumstances, you've learned to do a lot alone, or you have felt forced to. But now you could be living with certain survival strategies that you don't need to anymore. And that may not be apparent to you. You may not recognize how capable you are or the resources that you have now and how they may be able to work in your favor. This is showing me with the Seven of Cups that you may feel a bit confused or lost on a sense of direction or certainty. However, you have the resources available to you. So you're being asked to focus on what you enjoy, what brings you relaxation, what brings you pleasure, because that will somehow lead you to clarity and greater understanding. I feel that that is what's needed in this next chapter for you. A revelation, a word in your spirit that will give you enough boost and energy and momentum to help you move forward and receive what you need to. I do feel that it has a lot to do with receiving. So you may feel that there's a lot you want to achieve and there's a lot you need to do, which could be true. But there's also more that you may feel responsible for than you actually will be in the end. Sometimes things are not all on you, and oftentimes when we look back at our lives, there are situations that didn't happen only through our own will, but also through the willingness of others to be open to supporting us, for opportunities to open up, for the grace of certain things to see our worth and value, and for fair experiences to align. Everything is not just through the fact that we did it alone, and that wants to be recognized for you now, because that will free you. That will free you from feeling that You have to make things happen with your own hands because that has been depressing to your spirit, affecting your health and well being, taking away from your feminine energy and quality of life, which has everything to do with your ability to heal, regenerate, be creative, and everything to do with quality of life. So more wants to come in for you, and it begins with ideas. However, you may feel that you have ideas but not all the clarity that you want, or you have ideas but the lack of support with executing them. The Five of Wands and the Three of Swords shows me that you may have situations around you or things you're dealing with that are creating constant friction or pressure. So with the friction that you feel, with the pressure, you may be having a difficulty executing your ideas. And the Three of Swords is also showing me things that you're still healing from and letting go and working to not let them affect your spirit as much. So how can you manage that and follow through with these new ideas? I feel that they're saying you're not seeing it clearly yet all the way. So you may be feeling as if you have to do things a certain way to get the outcomes that you want, and it's not necessarily going to be that way. This is a time and a season in your life where you're being asked to be quite flexible, because that's the only way for things to move for you in a different way. And that's the only way for you to relieve yourself of certain burden. Because I just continue to feel that you've been trying to do things a certain way and feeling so burnt out, and not only trying to do things a certain way, but putting in so much effort and not necessarily feeling satisfied, complete with your results, successful the way you want to. It has everything to do with not feeling like you've had your big break yet, or not feeling complete with something, and that wants to change for you now, and that is changing for you. So trust that a little bit if you can. That will help you a lot. That will help you to move forward. It has everything to do with you feeling more safe in the journey, because you are moving toward completion of something that has felt like a never ending cycle, chapter, like you're ringing around the rosy, but there is no ability to just put your feet on the ground. You're getting there, but you're still in a transition, and it feels like a big transition. Maybe you're going through a big change, and it just feels like you're walking toward a future that you cannot see a promise of anything yet. But just know that that's not your fault. You didn't make it that way. There are things that are happening outside of you to align circumstances for you and others that sometimes, wow, what it shows me is just how much pressure we carry inside, and how we have an unrealistic expectation of what we can do in certain areas. And at the same time, we don't know how powerful we actually are. It's showing me that we're extremely powerful, but the way we've been taught to execute that power ends up draining us more than replenishing us. And that has to change, because we're not here to just work hard. We're here to work smart. It feels to me like working hard for you is something you're able to do, but it's not resonating with your spirit because you know a better way. Intuitively, you're being led. Spirit recognizes the feelings that you feel that you burden alone. Not only is it seen, but I feel that your angels, guides, they really want you to make more space for you to feel that way. Because what's the point in knowing that you are supported if you cannot feel it until the very moment that a good thing happens. And the whole time up until that experience, you're just waiting on good things and your quality of life is draining away. So you're moving into a stage where you're not going to be waiting for change. You're in the change and it's happening. You're just positioning yourself to receive and to work efficiently so that you're not draining yourself, so that you're not disappointed with how much you feel you're giving versus receiving. Because you're going to learn how to give more efficiently in all areas of your life. But this does seem to me like it relates a lot to relationships and career, highly career and purpose and money, but also relationships. So the fruits of your labor through different efforts that you put in both externally and internally to shift your emotional state, you have not seen the full result of that yet. There's more that you've put out than what you've received. And that just says to me that now you have to work on positioning yourself to receive. You have the Four of Swords and the Empress. This has everything to do with putting yourself in a space to open up, to call in what is yours. The Tower, and it's coming in and it's coming in quick with the Tower. But also there's more drain that can happen for you if you were to ignore the call to do things differently, to be creative with solution, to focus on what makes you happy, what lights you up, and how to bring more of that into your life. You can't see everything yet, but I do feel that your intuition is guiding you toward a promise that you have worked for. It's not just something that's been given to you. And maybe some people will feel that way. Screw them. Because you, at some point in the future, will start to receive so much that it looks like it's just given to you. But it has everything to do with accumulated effort, karma that you have been clearing and building new, positive karma, and all the things of the past that are looking to fall in for you now. It just reminds me of rainfall, and the rain can pour in more the more that you can hold, receive, and trust yourself to receive it. So can you work on trusting yourself more to be responsible for more of your wealth, income, energy maintenance, stress maintenance, relationship maintenance, to live in that sovereignty? Yes, you can. Absolutely. You have built the ability. So trust yourself a bit more, and that will match also in what you are receiving. Because the universe does respond to the sense of knowing that we carry within, of how ready we are. You've always been ready, but also learning to position yourself the right way so that your blessings are not able to be infiltrated upon. It is true that our blessings are ours, but it's also true that things can get in the way of us making proper decisions. It's also true that our emotions sometimes can distract us from what we need to focus upon. It's also true that sometimes we continue to extend so much that we're not able to open up the right channels to receive. And then we're angry because we know we're meant to receive more. But whatever anger you have felt around unfairness, around receptivity and blessings pouring back in for you, that's changing for you now. And it has everything to do with your purpose and teaching you how to work with energy, how to alchemize, how to heal and transform. And that's also going to filter into your abundance more through things you create, show, share, teach that helps others in some way for many of you. So your art, your creations, your expression, your knowledge will also be abundance for you. Nothing is in vain. Nothing is in vain. Everything is seen, recognized, and acknowledged. So that's what I'm sensing and seeing. I'm going to leave this message here for you today. For anyone that would like a reading personalized to you, I'm going to leave the link below, and I'll see you guys in a future video.